Wednesday morning, slow going this morning, but we've got a new plan. I went to see Tyson the physio last night and things are still not getting to where they need to be. So the new plan is not to do any easy miles. If I'm going to do easy miles, I'm going to do them on the elliptical. And weirdly, the elliptical feels way better than the static bike or running or whatever. I might try and get some pool running done, although that's a bit, there aren't many pools around. Any easy running is going to be on the elliptical, no easy running. And we're just going to get the sessions done, see what that brings. So today's session is a double. We're going to do 20 minutes tempo this morning and focusing hopefully on effort. But it'd be lovely if the effort was 5:35 a mile or quicker. Just throwing that out there. This afternoon, we're going to do a track session. I think probably 10 by K, but we'll see how we feel. It's a busy day. We've got lots of running around, dropping kids off everywhere. So we've got to try and fit it in. But that is the plan. So let's focus on what's in front of us, which is 20 minutes at tempo. Nice day. A lot of people asked about my Saucony shoes in my last video. I'm wearing the Elite 2s for this 20-minute run. They're mental. They're like chaotic and unstable and a ton of fun. So yeah, I really like running in them. Don't know if they're the best shoe, but they are the softest shoe I've ever come across, and like I said, a ton of fun. Okay, done. Average pace 5:32 a mile, which I'm happy with. It was 17:12 was the 5k time, so happy with that. A little bit harder than I wanted it to be, but that's all right. So let's go and recover, and then this evening, well, actually not even this evening, in about 6 hours, 5 hours, I'm going to do some kilometer reps. So we'll take those at cruise pace. Right, let's get warming down. Okay, you can't spend 9 months of the year complaining about how cold it is, and then when it's nice, complain about how hot it is. Actually, yes you can. I'm going to do that. It's way too hot. It's 30 degrees. Actually, perfect weather for a track session. This is the weather the track was made for. A little bit of a breeze to keep nice and cooling. There's a fly on the lens, that was weird. So, okay, we're going to do some K reps. We're really close to the airport, don't you see that? But yeah, we're going to do some K reps, maybe sort of 3:25 to 3:30 pace, nice and relaxed, 200 metre jog. Busy day today, so I dropped my daughter off at rugby, and now this track is super close. Never been here before, it's really nice. But we're going to knock out some K reps and then get back hopefully in time for the start of the game. So see if we can get to 10. It's okay if we don't. Let's give it a go. 3:27. 3:24. Number 3, 26. Number 4, 3:21. Number 5, 5:23. Number 6, 3:25. Number 7, 23, 3:23. I've run out of time, which is convenient because I've run out of legs. So we're going to do 8. So we'll do this last one, and then I'm late for the rugby. Okay, Friday. I'm going to do a steady state run, which I always do at 6-minute miling or 3:43 a kilometre. I like doing these on the treadmill, but I broke my treadmill. Brilliant. So I've ordered a new one, so that's coming next week. So in the meantime, I'm going to do this outside, which is probably better for me anyway. I'm going to do anywhere between 5 and 10 miles. So I had that as the plan. And then on Strava this morning, I saw that Philly Bowden did a very similar one. She did 6 miles at 6-minute miling with the last mile as a push effort. She went down to like 5:23. I quite like that. So we'll see if I can match her. I very much doubt it. I'm also on, I went to a sports doctor and I'm on an anti-inflammatory diclofenac something. And so I've got to say the hip feels a lot better this morning. I've only taken 2 pills, but we'll see how that handles it. Apparently it might not be great for the stomach, but hey, I'm gonna try it. Okay, 6 miles, just under 10k. That was a lot harder than I expected, although I held the pace. I think I did a lot of cross training, like I did the elliptical and I did like stairs yesterday with the weight vest, and they are new exercises. So my legs felt strong, but different, and tired, actually fatigued, which is embarrassing maybe. Maybe this is the secret, maybe this is the key, this is what I need. So anyway, I wanted between 5 and 10, as far as I recollect. 6 is between 5 and 10, so objective achieved. It was really interesting though, like I was thinking, when I knew I was going to do 6 miles, I was like, okay, let's be like Philly, let's push the last one. That is the difference between elite runners and non-elite runners. Man, there was no way I could pick up the pace. Having settled into that one, I could not bring it down 30 seconds a mile, so massive kudos to her for that. Okay. The other thing is, I'm a little bit late for my daughter's track meet, so that also was playing in my head, which made me bottle it a little bit. That's all right, good one. I might do some hills tonight, make the hard days hard, and then take a full rest day tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so it's Friday evening, and while everyone else is at the pub, I dropped my daughter off at her friend's house, and I've got an hour and a half. So I'm gonna find a hill and do some hill reps. I think that is a good use of a Friday evening. Look at the micro over there. Look at that beast of a machine. Okay, warming up. I think I found a suitable hill, and I've got to say this diclofenac is really working. Like, I'm really not feeling the hip at all. So maybe it just needed to just calm down, which I think it has now. A bit windy today. We got the microphone out as a result. Hopefully I can fly a little drone behind me and get some footage, but otherwise let's knock out some hills. Again, it's like fitting it around everything. I've got enough time but not too much time, so we'll see how many I can get done. Okay, so let's have a look at the training week just very quickly, and you can see that, remember on Sunday I did a half marathon. I did 76 minutes flat, which I was a bit disappointed with, but there's a whole race video on that, so I'm not going to go into that in any detail. And then Tuesday I tried to do 60-minute easy jog, and everything felt worse. It just didn't feel good at all, and that was the point I decided that I'm just going to not do easy running, and days that I was going to do easy running, I'm going to replace with elliptical, or I'm going to replace with static bike workouts. And again, these are not difficult stuff, like just sort of 30 to 45 minutes on the elliptical so far, 30 minutes on the static bike. Interestingly enough, I found that the static bike was aggravating the hip a bit more than I wanted it to be. So I decided to back off that and just focus on things which weren't causing any harm. So the ones that I'm focusing on at the minute are the ellipticals and the weighted vest stair climbs, which are really interesting and which I find are super good for your leg strength. So let's have a quick look at what they are. We now have to recognize that this is not going to be the build I want it to be. We're going to have to focus on other things than mileage. It's a loud car. We're going to have to focus on strength and getting fit in ways other than mileage. So I'm going to do this. I'm taking this stab-proof vest. It's actually a weight vest, but you feel like it's a stab-proof vest. It's got little sort of gold bars in there, I assume. And I'm going to go and run stairs. So there are these stairs near where I live. There are 166 of them, and it gets bad by the end. Each set is of 2 flights of stairs. So the first flight I run up, nice and slow, but I touch every step. The second set, I do every second step, but walking. So sort of almost like lunges uphill. And oh man, the legs quiver after that. So this is the start of it. This is the start of the strength. We've got to try something different this time round, regrettably. And this is where we're going to start. Okay, so here they are. These are the stairs. They're actually worse because you get like a couple of flights, then you get a rest. Then you get maybe 3 or 4 flights, and then you get a rest. And then this last bit, you get like 8 flights or more in a row. So it gets harder the more you go up. This is really good. I should do this more. So I'll leave you with just a view of the stairs as I'm running up them. These are actually a really good workout, and I'm hopeful that if I can focus on strength this block, I mean, I've done a lot of mileage in previous blocks. I feel like the aerobic is there. So if I can focus on strength and then quality workouts and I can get through that, then maybe that will be enough to see me through. It's going to be interesting. I'm going to try some pool running if I can, and really see if I can focus on avoiding the slower miles, which seem to be causing most of the problems, and still get a level of fitness. So it's going to be interesting to see what comes of it. We're only 5 weeks from the marathon now, and so tomorrow's run, Sunday's run, is going to be a big one. So hang around to see that. Thanks very much for watching. Please subscribe. Don't forget to mash that like button, and I'll see you very soon.